The Old Man, the first English production of the play by Maxim Gorky, translated from the Russian by Michael Glennie, with Freddie Jones as Ivan Masterkov, Maxine Audley as Sofia Markovna, and Alan Webb as the Old Man. A building site in provincial Russia at the turn of the century. Noon on a Sunday in summer.
Quiet, you lot! There's no need to shout at them like that, Kharidonov. Well, lads, you've finished one job, and thank God for that. we can start on the next one on Monday morning. You've worked quickly, and you've worked well. Thanks where thanks is due, lads. That's what I'd like to say to you.
Proper misery sounds, eh, Pavel?
Have you any complaints?
No, thank you.
Good. Fine. And another thing. Remember, you haven't been working only for me. You've been working for yourselves as well. Your children and grandchildren will study in this college. What we've done will benefit future generations.
Sofia Markovna told him to say that, Yakov. Those are all her ideas.
Yes, I see.
The fact is, I always value work more than money. My parents were simple people, and I know the value of work.
I wish he'd shut up. The workers can't understand him anyway.
Well, we've built a technical college. God grant that our children will be cleverer than us, and their lives will be happier. You can say what you like, but a happy man deserves God's help more than an unhappy one.
Sofia Markovna's very words.
Please don't interrupt.
And,
Oh, Lord, how he does
now,
go
lads, go and have lunch. Drink to our success, and let me congratulate you once more on finishing the job so well.
Thank you very much. Come on, lads. Thank you very much. Thanks again, sir.
And as a token of my gratitude, each man gets a bonus of 3 rubles.
Thank you very much.
Now, I've got something to say to you, Mr. Masterkov. Very decent of you, giving us this lunch. If it had been anyone else, they'd have just tipped us a ruble and sent us packing like a herd of cattle. But you're not like that. Oh, you do things differently. And better.
Well,
as a rule, new ideas aren't up to much. But yours are all right. It's a pleasure to work for a boss like you. If they were all like you, there'd be a lot less trouble. People like us, you see, we enjoy a little celebration. So we're very grateful to you. Our respects, Mr. Mastercott. Show your appreciation.
No.
We're very grateful, sir.
Well, off you go.
Come on, Pavel, Yakov. Let's go and watch the workers feeding their faces.
Semyonov, if you need anything, ask Zakharovna the cook.
All right, sir.
And I'm especially grateful to you.
Don't mention it.
What are you grinning at?
I like looking at you. I've seen plenty of people in my time, but there's something I like about you.
Well, thanks. And good luck to you too.
You never stop building, do you? You've got talent. The only trouble is you're in too much of a hurry.
Well,
if you don't take care, you'll wear yourself out.
but we're told a man shouldn't bury his talent in the ground.
Who said that?
Christ said it in the Bible.
Oh, yes, of course. All the same, more haste, less speed. Well, goodbye. We start again Monday morning, right?
That's right.
Cheerio, then.
Come on, let's go and have some lunch.
All alone, Tanya? Why aren't you with the others?
They've all gone off to watch the workmen eating. So boring.
All these years and still on your own. It's not good, you know.
Your speech was marvellous. And so was that old man.
Well, he talks rather a lot, but he's intelligent and he knows his job.
I don't care for peasants on the whole. Oh, some of them are all right.
Why don't you like them? I'm a peasant too, you know.
You're not a peasant at all. You're a businessman.
Everyone's the same underneath. All of us here are peasants, except that we dress differently, talk differently. You shouldn't judge people by what they say or by what they wear, but how they work. Anyone who can work deserves respect. But you're a bit of a lazy bones. Now, why is that, Tanya?
Why am I lazy?
Ask yourself. Do you like Yakov?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I do.
But you can't like him all the time. He's asking to marry you. What'd you say to that?
I've already told him he can wait.
Why?
I don't know, really. Why hasn't Sofia Markovna arrived?
She said she'd be late because she's going to the church. What do you want to see her for?
She's just a nice person.
You don't have many girlfriends, Tanya.
What makes you so sad today?
Huh? Oh, I'm all right.
Lunch is ready.
Good. Go and tell the men, Zakharovna. Here's the money for their tips. Give it to Semyonov, the foreman. Come on, Tanya.
What on earth are you doing with a gun in broad daylight, Stepanich?
I'm afraid of thieves. There's a strange man been hanging about. Asked me who my master was and what part of the country he comes from.
What's he after then?
Didn't say. Likely he's doing a bit of spying for a gang of thieves.
Well, keep your mouth shut then.
Why should I? I've already told Master Koff about him.
Call the Karatonovs for lunch.
Oh, they're coming anyway.
Now, Pavel, and you, Yakov, if you want to learn how to do business, watch Master Koff.
Come and have some lunch.
Eh? Oh, yes, thank you. I will. Yeah. Now, his business is booming. But as for me, I've either got a strike on my hands or else my credit's gone to hell.
Sofia Markovna helps him, that's why he does it.
Rubbish. A woman's no use in business.
All the same, she does very nicely out of him. He gave her 700 rubles worth of silver for Easter, and a ruby bracelet for her birthday.
Oh, shh, here she comes.
Hello! Sofia Markovna.
Pavel, were you shaking your fist at me just then?
No,
Are you sure?
I was waving to you.
Oh, were you?
Yes, honestly.
Can't you see I'm joking? Oh, have you any guests for lunch?
Only the Karisonovs.
What are you doing here?
Nothing.
Is that all?
You treat me exactly as if I was a pet dog.
Oh, do I? Poor little Pavel. Come on, let's go inside.
Good day, Sofia Markovna.
Oh, good day, Stepanich. Give me your arm, Pavel.
The lads are making too much noise for my liking.
Well, what do you expect?
I don't feel too good. I'm getting on, you know. He's a good boss to work for, is Master Koff. He's a man who gets things done. What part of the world does he come from?
God almighty, you'd think there was some far-off country where all the good people come from. Haven't we got good people of our own here? I get fed up with people always asking that.
Of course I know there's no such place.
Why ask, then? There's another fellow been pestering people about where Master Koff came from and how he made all his money.
Brains is what makes people rich. Fools never get rich. Why is he asking?
Why are you asking?
Curiosity.
Same with him.
Well, curiosity killed the cat.
That you should know that better than me.
How's that coming?
The Master and Sofia Markovna.
Yeah, I'll come into the lodge with you. Otherwise it'll look a bit funny if the guests seem to be leaving when the host's just arriving.
Do you think you should have left the table like that?
It doesn't matter. Yakim Kharitonov won't mind. He's practically one of the family. Anyway, you said you were in a hurry. Look, let's sit down for a minute.
Your work's making slow progress.
And Kharitonov has held us up with the bricks we ordered from him. Sofia Markovna. Look here.
What is it? You know, there's something about you that I don't understand today. I can't make sense out of what you've been saying. And apart from that...
There is a reason for it. I don't know how to explain it.
Come on, out with it.
I've been living on your brains for more than 10 years now. You've given me money and moral support.
Come to the point and tell me what's on your mind.
You see, I can't tell you. It's too difficult.
I'm surprised at you. You're usually so level-headed, so self-confident.
It only seems that way. I'm really an unhappy man. Yet it's ridiculous that I, of all people, should be unhappy. I'm an honest man. I enjoy my work. I'm not greedy.
What is the matter with you? What are you talking about?
I'm so devoted to you. I've grown so used to you that for years I was awkward and bad-tempered, afraid to meet people, but you changed me. You made a success of me.
I wish you'd come to the point.
I respect you so much.
Oh, very well, I'm grateful for all that. But what do you want from me now?
I'm asking you on bended knee for your kindness and your help.
You must be off your head. Now get up at once. Behaving like a lovesick boy at your age, and in public
Listen to
too.
me. I know you never condemn people. You're so good-natured that you always give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's quite enough. Now, I'm not a child, you know. I can see that I'm attractive to you. I'm a straightforward sort of woman. Even perhaps a bit too down to earth. You attract me too. Does that satisfy you? Now, I refuse to talk about it any more today. You've chosen the wrong time for a conversation like this.
Sofia Markovna,
I'm going to the country at 7 o'clock this evening. We'll talk about it when I get back. In about 3 days' time.
Please, don't go away, I beg you. My whole life is hanging by a thread.
Oh, really? What nonsense.
Please, listen to me.
Be quiet, there's someone coming. Brush that dust off your knees.
Oh, God.
Sofia Markovna, allow me to shake you by your delicate little hand.
You shook hands with me just a minute ago.
It doesn't matter. You're always a sight for sore eyes. It's like a new banknote, eh? What are you so miserable about, old chap?
The new building. We're getting behind schedule.
Nonsense! You'll always pull through. You were born lucky. Sofia Markovna, while you're here, help me to persuade him to let his stepdaughter marry Yakov, will you? You'd get her off your hands, Ivan, and it wouldn't do me any harm.
It's the wrong time to discuss that now.
It's always the right time for marrying off a young girl. Unless it's Lent, of course. It's a real bargain, Sofia Markovna. A dowry of 20,000 rubles. It'd be a crying shame not to accept that.
Well, you bargain with him then.
Well, I'm quite willing, but he doesn't seem to know what I'm talking about. What's 20,000 rubles, the way people throw their money about nowadays? There's nothing more than a pot of sour cream. And what a husband he'll make, will Yakov. He's in the peak of condition, like a pedigree ram, eh? I can tell you, I can hardly hold him back.
Yes, and you'll fleet him once he's married.
That's my affair. Where money's concerned, doesn't matter a hang whether they're relations or friends.
Your passion for money disgusts me.
Passion? Oh, well, I suppose you're right. Hey, passion, you say?
Shall we go and have a look at the new building?
I'll come with you. Passion, indeed. You know, I lost 9,000 rubles playing cards at Easter. I didn't bat an eyelid, but you...
You're drunk, Yakim.
You're drunk? Well, of course I'm drunk, because my life's just a stupid farce. Right, I'm not much to look at. Women only want me for my money. I'm bored, so I drink and I gamble.
We'll come to a sticky end.
Yeah, any fool can follow the beaten track. But I'm the kind who prefers walking the tightrope above a whirlpool. I like to have everything rocking and swaying under my feet, to be thinking every moment, can you stand it, Yakim, or are you going to fall in, eh? That's what makes life worth living.
Oh, you are on form today. That was well said.
Oh, yeah. I'd say it even better if I had a good woman to love me. Now, you, Sofia Markovna, are a real beauty, enough to drive a man crazy. I mean it. Oh, if you could only love me, how I should...
Stop it. Stop that nonsense, you clown. Stop it!
What on earth?
What's the matter with you? Put yourself together. Now, come along.
Right. I'm sorry, Yakim. I thought...
Yeah, you thought, did you? Well, go on thinking. God, what a temper. Aren't you afraid of him, Sophia Markovna? I'm really scared of you sometimes, Master Koff.
Pavel, why were you spying on them?
None of your business, Tanya.
Temper? Why are you always cross?
Because...
You don't even know yourself. Has Sophia Markovna gone, Pavel?
I don't know.
I forgot to tell her.
Tanya, here you are. What a way to behave, leaving your young man all on his own.
I've already told you I haven't got a young man.
Nonsense, you have.
I haven't.
It's nothing to boast about if you haven't got one.
Why are you teasing me then?
Because it's Sunday. Why are you teasing me?
Couple of fools.
Oh, shut up, Pavel. Zakharovna, go and see if Sophia Markovna's gone yet.
Well, I'm never too lazy to go yourself, are you? No respect for my old age.
What a dreadful old woman you are.
Zakharovna, give me the money for the men.
Here you are, and no need to bawl your head off. Tanya, how about giving the workers their bonus money yourself? They'd like to have it from your hands.
That's all I need.
Stupid girl.
Where are they off to?
To give the men their money.
Is there much?
I don't know, 100 roubles.
Somebody tipped me 100 roubles.
Go and work as a footman, and they will.
I've got a friend who's a student. He writes verse for comic magazines. He once said, "Be not too proud to serve the plebs. Serve them well, and mark my words. They will love you and adore you, only if you give them tips." Now that's really witty. When you say the same thing, you're about as subtle as hitting someone over the head with a stick.
Who did he say that to?
Oh, the world at large.
Well, I don't care for your jokes.
Well, shall we go and pay a visit on our lady friends today?
I don't feel like it.
Wait a minute. You're planning to marry my sister, yet you invite me out to those girls?
What of it? It's not the first time I've invited you, is it? And where were you last Sunday?
My stepfather wants me to run the technical college.
Well, what could be better? You'll live on your own, you'll be your own master.
If I'm not there, he'll marry that woman.
Oh, he'll marry her, even if you are there. How can you stop him? Anyway, let him. Why should you give a damn? Let him marry whoever he wants, as long as he gives you your share.
Of course he will.
Oh, let's go and have a walk in the fields. We'll take Tani with us.
Yes, let's. Why not? You should have a word with her about Sophia Markovna.
No, I will, don't worry.
I wish I could make them fall out with each other.
Tanya already believes every word she says.
And Tanya's stupid into the bargain, positively feeble-minded.
Oh, here you are, you two young rogues. As for your uncle, your coffee got quite carried away just now. Must be the heat. Doesn't do a damn thing, but the things he says, enough to make a brick wall blush. You should take Tanya away from him.
Look, here comes my stepfather. Let's hide in the trees here.
Didn't understand. She just didn't understand me. Hey, Stepanich!
Yes!
Harness up Beauty and ride into town to Sophia Markovna, will you? If you catch her on the way there, give her this note.
I'll never catch her up
Then
now.
ride to her house. And if she's not at home, go to the station.
Well,
she's going to the country on the 7 o'clock train. You must find her. Get a move on.
But don't look after them.
Go on. Semyonov will keep an eye on the workmen. I'll tell him.
I only hope they don't set fire
Go
to
on,
it.
I tell you. Oh, God help me. You know I'm not guilty, Lord. You know.
Look, Yakov. There's that bricklayer who made the speech. Yes. Idle devil, still sleeping off his lunch at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, watch me give him a fright, Tanya.
No,
just for a laugh.
Hey, you! What do you want?
I know you,
Well, everybody knows me here,
but I've known you for a long time.
and I've known you for a long time.
What's your name?
You say you know me, so I ask.
I'm not joking. Believe me, there are things I know about you.
What do you mean? There's nothing worth knowing about me.
What were you doing in March 1903? Don't you remember?
What, in March 1903?
Yes, do you remember?
Well, wait.
Well, where were you at that time?
Just a minute, I think I must have been in hospital.
You think? Suppose you tell me the truth.
Just a minute. What are you getting at?
Come on, try and remember. What were you doing then?
What the hell's the matter with you? I've got nothing to remember. Well, why do you want to know anyway? Oh, go to hell. I thought you were serious, you young puppy. I'm twice your age.
You see that?
Very smart.
What was he so afraid of?
Oh, I can frighten anyone you like. I can look anyone straight in the eye and say to them, the things I've heard about you. Of course, I don't know a damn thing, but they invariably get scared. You see, everyone's got something to hide. I simply behave as if I know everyone's secret, see?
What fools people are.
It works best of all with women. Give me half an hour, and I'll make any woman cry.
Disgusting. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
It's only a joke. What's there to be ashamed of?
Making fun of girls is shameful.
And don't you make fun of us? Of course you do. And anyway, you liked it when I gave the old man a fright, didn't you?
Not in the slightest.
Well, why did you smile then?
I didn't.
Don't argue. You did like it. He was very good at it. You two going to stay here? I'm going to change my shirt. It feels all sticky after that walk.
Let's sit down.
I don't want to.
Oh, don't be cross with me. Listen to this. The frog swims, dives and jumps. Beautiful to watch, repulsive to touch.
What on earth's that?
The frog swims, dives and jumps. Beautiful to watch, repulsive to touch. That's what the Japanese call a haiku. A little prose poem of 16 syllables.
How revolting. You call that a poem? Did you make it up yourself?
Yes.
Don't believe you.
Honestly, I did. It's funny, isn't it?
Not at all.
You laughed all the same. What a one you are for changing your mind. There was once an actor who said, better to have a small mind than a large boil. Do you like that?
You're incredibly stupid.
Well, as long as I can surprise you, I don't mind how. You're terribly fickle in your moods. I bet shop assistants can't stand you.
I have no wish to be liked by shop assistants.
Why not? There are some very handsome ones.
Oh, do shut up.
You worn me out with trying to amuse you.
Come on, let's go and have some tea, you poor martyr.
Oh, all right. I'll be there in a minute.
I'm very tired.
Oh, what a pity. Just you wait, you stuck-up little bitch.
Come on.
I'm coming.
You go to bed and sleep it off, Karitov.
I don't want to go to sleep. I want to talk.
Talk about what?
What's the matter with you today? In a bad mood? Vexed about something?
Oh, leave me alone.
Do you think I can't see just because I'm drunk? When I've had a drink or two, I can always see everything crystal clear. You go around poking your nose everywhere, always sniffing around.
Well, what if I do? I'm like that. There's plenty to worry about after all. I like building. Buildings make the country beautiful. Russia's a poor land.
Well, that's not true. Russia's rich. They're always trying to rob her, but no one succeeds.
Russians are so unreliable.
The businessmen rob her, the bureaucrats rob her, every damn person tries to rob her. But Russia goes on living, the Lord be praised. She'll go on living forever and ever. Why are you going around being so miserable? Looking like a wet weekend? Is it because you need Sofia Markovna? Well, I mean, she's the kind of woman anyone would fancy. I grant you that. Hey, are you going to marry her?
We don't belong together. I don't know.
I know her husband was upper class, a colonel and all that, but they say she comes from humble stock. Some sort of singer, I think. She gives herself airs nowadays, but underneath she's as common as dirt.
What's past is past, and shouldn't concern us any longer.
Yeah, but if it's in your bones...
What do you mean, in your bones?
Well, in your soul, I suppose. Your past, not like a smear of tar on a gatepost. You can't scrape it away quite so easily.
You'll have to excuse me, I must go now. I have a matter that needs some thought.
Think about your stepdaughter. You've delayed long enough. It's time you made up your mind.
Mr. Karitanov. I have a complaint to make to you.
Well, speak up. What's the trouble, Semyonov?
That nephew of yours, Yakov, is a cheeky young devil.
Oh, what of it? All young people are a bit wild sometimes. Natural.
He was threatening me just now.
Oh, well, don't you worry about that. If he threatens you, pay no attention, that's all. Understand?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Hello, old fella.
Where have you come from?
The monastery of St. Stephen.
Is this girl with you your daughter?
My sister of the spirit.
A bit young to be your sister, isn't she?
We weren't all born in the same year.
Oh, that's true.
What's that you're building?
A college.
Not married, is she?
No.
It's not a factory, is it?
The factory's further on, half a mile or so away.
How many children she had?
There was one, but he was an idiot too.
We're going to build another one before long.
An idiot? Hey, you're a beggar, eh? You're going to ask for money?
I shall in my own time.
Well, I'm going to have some tea.
Who's building it?
Ivan Mastakov.
A local man?
Yeah, of course.
Was he born here?
What do you want to know for?
They say the local people are kind here.
Oh, there's all sorts.
Has he lived here long?
About 20 years.
I've heard tell he's a kind man.
Sometimes he is and sometimes he isn't. But he doesn't like loafers.
What do you mean by that?
Well, people who are just blown by the wind along the highways and byways.
Come on, let's go.
Where to? Let's stop and rest a while. I'm in no hurry, and I'm not going anywhere.
You don't look like a holy pilgrim.
Don't I? What do I look like then?
I don't know. You don't speak right for a pilgrim.
Every bird sings in its own way.
You still don't speak right. If you want money, go into the yard round by there. And if you light a pipe, don't drop the match. There's a lot of wood shavings about.
I don't smoke.
Well, watch your step. I don't want to catch you hanging round the site when I come back to work tomorrow.
You keep your eyes and ears open, Marina. Watch out for everything and listen. If you hear anything that could harm me, hurry straight away into town to Ilya, like we arranged with him this morning.
I know.
Is to tell the police at once. You understand?
Of course I do.
There's so much damn building going on here. You can't see the sky anymore. Always trying to shut God out of their lives, the devils. Hiding their rotten souls with brick and stone. Criminals.
Look, they're coming.
Where's my stepfather? Don't worry, we'll find him. Tell me.
Telling stories bores me.
And what about listening? Do you like that?
If it's interesting, I do.
Gossip's always interesting. Sometimes people tell you things about someone, and it's as if they turned him inside out.
Oh, look. Tramps. They usually know a lot.
Look at the girl. What a dimwit. Watch me give the old man a fright.
No, it's not worth it.
You'll see how funny it is.
Well, who's this I see?
Have you been here long?
Not long.
Back to prison soon, eh?
Yes. With you.
What do you mean, with me?
Just what I say. When are you planning to go there?
I've no business there.
Oh, they'll soon find something for you to do.
Really? How dare
Leave
you?
him alone, Yakov. He's the cheeky sort.
You're a pretty cool sort of customer for a tramp, aren't you?
Lady, spare a copper for us travellers, for Christ's sake. Give food and drink to homeless, unhappy people. Go into the kitchen over there, both of you. The cook will look after you. Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
But where on earth's my stepfather?
He won't be long.
Oh, what an incredibly boring day it's been. If only something would happen.
Do you like fires?
No, I'm afraid of them. Though I get so bored sometimes I long for some kind of disaster.
Then marry me.
Sophia Markovna said that she doesn't know what boredom is. How is that possible? Even dogs get bored. Do you like dried apricots?
I like you.
Oh, stop it.
I really do. I love you. I'm serious. Oh, do marry me. It'd be such fun. We'll buy a motor car.
I've already told you. Let me think it over.
Well, you're taking a long time over it. Getting married isn't like a game of chess. There's not much point in thinking each move over for a long time. I'm an open-minded sort of fellow, good-humoured and forthright. I'm poor as well, which means I'll be faithful to you. You'll have as much freedom from me as you like.
Well, what use is that? I'm free as it is.
Ah, you're only a girl now, and still shy about making friends because men are rogues and can easily take advantage of an inexperienced young girl. When you're a grown woman, you'll learn to appreciate your freedom. Take Sophia Markovna. She has one love affair after another.
But what disgusting things people say about her.
Mere talk needn't affect anyone's appetite. Anyway, look at the rest of your family. Pavel now. He's greedy and uncouth and incapable of loving anyone.
Aha.
But that's just where you're wrong. He's in love with Sophia Markovna.
What? Powerful?
Mm-hmm. I saw him kissing her gloves.
Well, I'm damned.
She left her gloves at our house.
And he kissed them? Oh, stupid fool. Oh, she's going to be your stepmother.
Well, that's all right.
Why when you say that?
At least I'd have an intelligent stepmother. I could ask her advice about clothes. In fact, about everything. I have to have the house altered, otherwise there won't be enough room.
Tanya, do you know where your stepfather is?
No, we can't find him either.
The architect's arrived.
Oh, I must go and see him. He's such an attractive man.
Well, how have you been getting on with her?
Not bad. And she's so soft.
Yeah, you're soft yourself. Any other man would have...
What? Raped her or something?
Well, that would be better than nothing. Well, girls like a tough approach, you fool. If it had been me, I'd have married her a long time ago.
Oh, well, go on. Marry her yourself.
No. You just remember who you're talking to. If anything happens to me, you'll be left penniless.
Quiet. There's someone there. Well, I expect it's Mastikov.
Oh, you see this silver ruble? Well, the whole of life depends on this little metal disc, and the sooner you realize it, the better. What flower is more beautiful? What gunpowder more powerful? You should respect money, not squander it. Nonsense. There's no one there at all.
I thought I heard footsteps coming from behind the lodge.
Footsteps, indeed. Now, I expect you to get it settled by today. Go on, you must keep at her. Oh, by God, you're right. It is Mastikov. And look, the old man. Look, let's leave them.
But if she's...
All the easier for you, you blockhead.
What do you want, old man?
Hello. Gusev. That is your real name, isn't it?
Yes, it is. How are you, Anton?
My name's not Anton, it's Peterim now. Sounds better. The right sort of holy-sounding name for a pilgrim. I changed it, same as you did. But I can be Anton as well, just as I used to be. Why don't you look at me?
I've already seen you.
Where?
On the steps in front of the cathedral. And just now, coming from the lodge, you were coming along the road with a woman.
So you were expecting me? Well, if you recognized me, you must have been expecting me.
I recognized your eyes in the cathedral.
I see. Well, aren't you going to invite me in?
Anton, you're an intelligent man. You understand what your arrival means to me. So, tell me at once, what do you want from me?
Oh, I can hardly believe it. I come to see you, my old friend, what we went through together. And all you can do is ask me what I want.
I can give you quite a bit if you...
Ah, money, you mean. And what use is money to me? I'm old now. I won't live much longer.
That woman.
That girl, you mean? She's clever, but she only does what I tell her.
Does she know about me?
What do you think?
Don't joke with me, you old devil.
What's your language now? Don't try to frighten me. I've seen more horrors in my lifetime.
What do you want of me?
I want to have a talk with you.
About what?
All sorts of things.
Oh. Our ways have parted, Anton.
And now, they've joined up again.
I wish you told me what you want.
I want quite a lot. So listen.
Well,
I've come to get my little reward. After all these years of suffering.
How much?
I haven't reckoned it up yet. Just think of our two lives, Gusev. You build and swell with pride, while I jog quietly along the road.
I don't remember having done you any harm.
I don't either.
I felt sorry for you then.
There's an art in feeling sorry. It takes a great deal of skill. What did you think in those days?
Well, Do you want to do me some harm?
I'll tell you later what I want. I think I can hear someone coming. Someone's coming down the road. I'll go into the kitchen, and this evening you can invite me in. All right?
Lord, sir, where have you been? They've been looking for you.
Take this man into the kitchen and give him something to eat.
Isn't it a bit late in the day?
Just do as you're told.
They're waiting for you in there. Come along, you.
Oh, your master's a bit sharp today, isn't he?
You just hold your tongue.
Oh, quite a temper you've got as well. How long since you last had a beating?
What do you mean?
Do as you're told, woman, and don't argue with him. It can't be true. God, it can't be true.
Yvonne Mastakov. What was that rubbish you wrote me about? It's incredible. Are you mad? Were you really in prison?
Yes. They gave me 4 years.
What for?
I did penal servitude for 2 years and 5 months. Then I left. Escaped.
How can you talk to me like this? Look me in the eyes. What were you convicted of?
Murder.
You? A murderer? I don't believe it. How did it happen?
I don't know.
But if it's as terrible as that, you can't just say you don't know. How did it happen? Tell me.
I don't know. That's exactly what I told them in court. I don't know. I was 20 at the time. I'd sown a few wild oats. I was in the army. Someone murdered a cattle dealer. I was drunk and didn't see him. I don't even remember what it looked like. I didn't kill anyone. It just happened that there was nobody else to accuse, so they charged me. They found some blood on me.
Whose blood?
I don't know. I'd been in a fight with some other soldiers.
That is the truth, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Oh, God. Of course it's the truth. But why are you only telling me now? Why didn't you tell me before?
The man I did time with in Labour camp has just reappeared. He's been looking for me for a long time. He sent someone here to make inquiries. I saw him on Thursday on the cathedral porch and recognized him.
You should have told me then. After all, I believe you.
I tried to tell you this morning, but you didn't understand.
Today? You mean... How stupid I was. You see, I thought... Oh, how stupid I was. Oh, my dear. Forgive me.
I've been meaning to tell you everything for a long time. I couldn't pluck up courage. I was too afraid. You're the only one I have. You're everything to me.
What does the old man want?
I don't know. He will destroy me.
Don't say that.
Sofia Markovna, help me. And I'll be your slave for the rest of my life. I want to live.
I won't let you be destroyed.
I used to think to myself, I'll do anything she wants, and then I'll tell her, this is who I am. I'm innocent. You taught me what goodness is. Before you came, I couldn't see any sense in life.
You don't have to talk about that now.
Do you believe me?
Need you ask? When are you going to speak to him?
This evening.
Well, talk to him where I can hear what you're saying. I'll stay. The children mustn't know anything about this, you understand?
Pavel will be delighted when he finds out.
And you must remember not to raise your voice with this man.
What if he brings you into it? What will happen then?
Me? Oh, what rubbish. Now, let's go indoors.
Sofia Markovna.
Well, what?
Afraid.
No earthly use being afraid.
I'm afraid of what you're going to say.
But you're not guilty, are you? You were just unlucky, weren't you?
Yes, I swear it. Sofia Markovna, I swear it.
The old man has woken up.
Then bring him to me here.
He's asking for tea.
Let him drink as much as he wants and bring him in.
Don't be too friendly to him, sir. He's a nasty old man.
That's enough. Go on.
He keeps asking me questions about you. On and on he goes.
About me?
About the way you live, about your business, about Sophia Markovna.
About her too?
Yes, her as well. I have a feeling he knows everything and only asks so that it doesn't look suspicious. He hammers away at me like a judge.
Like a judge?
Exactly like a judge.
He used to know me when I was poor. We lived together and...
We all must get to know hundreds of people in our lifetime.
Is Sophia Markovna with Tanya?
Yes.
Go and tell her. Ask her politely, I mean. Say I want to see her for a minute. Just a minute. Don't open the door. Who is it?
No, don't you expect one of the family, of course.
I'm telling you. Sophia Markovna.
If you must shout, shout it yourself instead.
You can go, Zakharovna.
You don't have to tell me.
Well, are you all right?
Terrible. I feel sick.
Oh, call yourself a man. Don't be so cowardly.
I'm in serious trouble.
It may not be as bad as you think.
I know him.
Oh, well, we'll see about that. We'll have a talk with him. We'll give him what he wants. Then I'll discreetly start a legal appeal for your free pardon. We'll hire the best lawyer. You can do anything with money. They say that's wrong. But if there's no other way...
I don't know what I'm going to say to him.
Well, you're not guilty. So what is there to be afraid of?
You don't know people very well.
Where shall I hide myself?
I wish you didn't have to.
I know. I'll sit here, behind the cupboard, and hide behind the curtain. I'd never imagined I'd be taking part in such an incredible story.
Yes?
He doesn't want any tea. Shall I call him in?
Yes.
There, you see? She didn't know I was here. Now remember, don't lose your temper.
What would happen if we both fell into his trap?
Be quiet. You must act completely naturally, as though I wasn't here.
You think this is fun?
Yes. And a bit frightening as well. Shh. That's them.
Maybe there, then there.
Why have you brought the girl with you?
Oh, she follows me everywhere, like my own stupidity.
Tell her to go away. I won't talk to you if she's here.
What do you mean you won't? You will. Don't be afraid of her. She's as dumb as Mother Earth. You can beat her or trample on her. She won't cry out. But if anyone starts beating me, then she shouts.
No one's going to beat you here. Sit down.
Oh, sit down, Marina. Don't worry. Soft chairs you have. Just like a feather bed. But it's a bit too dark in here. Haven't you got more light?
No.
Well, your life's too dark. Nice and comfortable, but too dark.
There's a nice smell here. It smells of baby's sweat.
Take the shade off the lamp.
Why?
To make it lighter. Stupid to cover up a light. There now. Well, what you going to offer us?
You want some vodka?
oh, no. I won't have any vodka. Cunning fellow you are, Gusev.
Let's get down to business.
For God's sake, don't bang on the table like that. It sounded like a pistol shot. Where do those windows look out onto? Have a look.
What do you want, Anton?
Do they give onto a yard or something, Marina?
Yes, the back porch is at one end.
What do you want, Anton?
Well, what should an old man like me want? I don't know.
Out with it. Don't play games with me, Anton. Don't make me angry.
And what if I do?
Then I'll...
No,
Stop shouting, Mastakov. There are people all around who can overhear you. It won't do you any good. Leave the old man alone.
Shut up.
Oh, be quiet, Marina. It's all right. I know him. He flares up quickly, but he soon calms down again. He's a good sort.
What do you want, Anton?
I haven't thought yet. Be patient. I'll think of something before.
Oh, what an evil old man you are.
No, we're all horses from the same stable, only different colours. Well, Dmitri Gusev, here we are, sitting facing each other. Both of us sinners. Only I paid for my sins humbly and lawfully. And you ran away from the suffering and punishment. I've shriveled up to skin and bone, but you've grown fat through rich living and sitting on soft chairs. And now we've met. I've searched for you for 7 years. I knew you were alive and well somewhere, yes.
Come to the point.
Now, don't be impatient, or you'll burn your tongue. You know what they say to children at table when there's hot cabbage soup? Don't hurry, you'll burn your tongue. Well, as I was saying, I've been looking for you. I was curious to see a man who was brave enough to have overstepped the law. Christ suffered for other people's sins, but you didn't even want to suffer for your own. You're a bold man.
I had no part in that sin. I was convicted by a mistake.
No, that's what we all say when we're judged on earth. Well, as one man to another, I know that. I've said the same thing in my time.
I've lived an honest life all these years.
Oh, you have you? No, Gusev, it won't do. If that was so, then anybody could commit as many crimes as he wanted and cover up by leading a good life afterwards. But that's not the law. If it was, who would suffer? Jesus Christ himself broke the Old Testament law and suffered. The old law was an eye for an eye, but Christ told us to repay evil with good.
I've done plenty of good to people all these years.
Oh, I see no sign of it. People live as they always have done, in poverty and misery, in darkness and sin. If anything, people's lives are getting worse. Haven't you noticed that, Gusev?
Well, what do you want from me?
You can guess yourself what I want. My bones are made with the same stuff as yours. But I humbly endured 20 years of pain and torture like an honest man, whereas you defied the law.
Do you want to denounce me or something? Do you want them to catch me?
I haven't told you what I want.
If you hand me over to the law and destroy my life, what good does that do you?
That's my business.
You haven't long to live.
But I want to live well.
You can't work.
You've earned enough for me to live on.
Leave me alone, Anton. Who are you to judge me?
Every man is your judge. Why did you escape? Why didn't you accept the suffering?
I wanted to live and work.
Suffering is more sacred than work.
Why? What is the suffering? What good is it to anyone? Tell me that, you devil.
Don't bark at me. I don't care that you're living the good life and have got yourself an upper-class mistress.
Shut up. How dare you? How dare you?
Ivan, get out. You two, girl, get out of here.
So, that's your little game, is it?
Lord, they call themselves good people.
Sofia Markovna, for God's sake, keep out of this.
Ivan, get out. And you, girl, get out of here.
She won't go.
I'm not going.
Ivan, please take her out. As for you, old man, sit down. I want to have a word with you.
But I don't want to have a word with you. Who are you? I don't know you.
We'll soon get to know each other. Ivan, I told you to go. And you old rogue, tell your woman to go as well.
Go on, Marina. Leave the room. But don't go too far, mind. You can't frighten me, lady, you know.
I know that. I don't want to frighten you. Now, tell me in 2 words what you want.
Well, what do you think I want?
You wanted to hurt Ivan, didn't you? You've been hurt yourself, so you want to get your own back. Isn't that right? You resent the fact that your old comrade has found himself a home and a livelihood while you have nothing, don't you?
Well, you were listening all the time, weren't you?
Well, you've tortured him cruelly enough. Now have done with it.
Enough? Enough? Fine. All very simple.
Now, remember all the injuries, all the suffering you went through, the whole of your hard life, and ask yourself, isn't it time to take a rest and enjoy a quiet life for a while?
Why, see. No, you won't catch me out that way, my fine lady.
Oh, listen, I understand how deeply you've been hurt, and that you want revenge.
No, I thought you were going to say something a bit cleverer, something that would have carried a bit more weight. There's plenty of spirit in you, but you're not very clever.
Don't you see? You're exacting vengeance from a man who has done you no wrong.
But I believe we all share each other's guilt. What do you say to that?
It's untrue. It's unjust.
But I think it's just.
But you were punished unjustly, weren't you?
Well,
if you know what unjust suffering is like, why do you want to increase it for other people?
Your Gusev has sinned, but he wants to go to heaven. Well, he won't get into the kingdom of heaven, but I will. And unhappy people like me will too. So says God's law. And as for Gusev, he will suffer twice as much as I have.
Why should he?
Oh, I can see you mean to marry him, don't you? You wouldn't put yourself out so much if he was just a lover. Lovers come and go, a redhead today, a dark-haired one tomorrow. Women, I'd like to drown the lot of you, and then the world would be a cleaner place. Haven't you anything more to say?
Ivan Mastakov is a good man. He does a great deal of useful work.
Like building a college. You should be building rest houses for travellers, not a college. Plenty of good folk are wandering about with nowhere to stay.
Surely, you can't take a delight in destroying someone else's life and happiness.
Oh, changed your tune, haven't you? All you can do now is whine for mercy. Yet a few minutes ago you swooped down like an avenging angel. I don't like happy people. A happy man is all smooth. You can't catch hold of him because he slithers away like soap. No, my fine lady, you won't get the better of me.
What can I do to make you relent?
I'll tell you what. You can marry me, kiss me, caress me.
You beast!
Maybe then I'll relent. Well, people have called me a beast before. It's not a bad name. I can live with it.
God almighty, what malice!
Oh, you won't marry me. Stop trying to buy me off. You can't feed a wolf on sugar. People have always sickened me, especially the lucky ones, living in their nice, clean, tidy little world.
Isn't there a drop of humanity left in your soul?
Of course there is. Look for it. No, you couldn't find it. You can never placate me. You haven't the strength. I haven't got long to live anyway. There's no joy in life as an old man. I spent my youth in prison, and that sapped all my strength away. Do you think I didn't fancy women? I haven't touched a woman's breast for 12 years, because all the time I was suffering for you and your fancy man.
Oh.
The truth hurts, doesn't it?
But you're taking revenge for your ruined life on the wrong man. You've got the wrong man.
I haven't got time to look for the guilty ones, but I've got Gusev in my clutches like a sparrow. Why didn't he serve out his full sentence? I stuck it to the end. He asks, who am I to judge him? I have every right to judge him. You, all of you, tortured me, and now you want to make it up. No. I have not made my peace with you, and I never shall. I wouldn't take 100 weight of gold from you for every tear I've shed. Now, I'm going now. That's enough. We've had our talk.
Isn't there one drop of goodness left in your heart?
That's enough, I say. Enough. I get nowhere with that talk. Life never took pity on me. You were high and mighty when you started on me, weren't you? I thought I was done for. You gave me quite a fright for a time. Goosef. I'm tired, Goosef. I must have a rest. Come on, show me where I can lie down. In the kitchen there's that bad-tempered old woman. She annoys me.
There's a bed for you.
Hey, you've got a good lawyer to defend you, Goosef, a really good one. She won't help you in court, but she's very good. Tell me, lady, when he goes back to Siberia, will you be going with him to settle out there? She won't go after you, Goosef. A woman's no friend in your hour of need. You poor, godforsaken convicts. It makes me sorry to look at you.
Go back home, Sofia Markovna.
Oh, what a terrible man. He'll stop at nothing. Now, I'm going into town for advice. I know a lawyer. He's a good friend of mine. I'll be back tomorrow. No, you'd better come with me to my place, do you hear? Oh, you must get away from here. That man's the devil. God, the way he looks at you. Those eyes. Did you speak to the girl?
Yes. It was like talking to a brick wall.
Stupid, you mean?
Sort of dead. It's no use, Sofia Markovna. You can't help it all. When a man takes on the right to judge his fellow man, he's merciless. When one used to read the lives of the saints, they were such comforting books. It made you feel better because so many of the saints had been sinners that you felt consoled. You could think to yourself, I'll cover up my sin like them and be forgiven.
What sin?
I don't even know myself anymore. I'm innocent. I didn't kill or steal. And then he... Perhaps I'm guilty of something else. I don't know.
What was he convicted of?
Raping an underage girl.
Oh, I see. Bring that girl here to me.
No, don't.
Yes, bring her here. We must make the old man hold his tongue for a couple of days more.
In case anything happens, please take Tanya to your place.
Go and get the girl.
It won't help. I even hate myself.
God. Oh, God.
Sofia Markovna. Sofia Markovna.
What? You've been there all the time? Did you hear everything?
As soon as that old man arrived, I knew there was something wrong by the way the master looked. Then I heard him say to that girl of his, "You and I are going to sail out of here with plenty of loot."
Are you sure he said that?
Yes, he did. "Look, you silly girl," he said, "this is where you're going to make your fortune."
You're sure you're not mistaken? You heard that?
Of course I did. He put the fear of God into me, I tell you, so I crept round after them like a shadow. I heard everything.
I see. So he was just making a bid for the highest price.
Sofia Markovna.
Bring me that girl.
It'd be better to use another kind of remedy on the old man.
What do you mean?
I could get you... In fact, I've got something already.
What? What remedy?
For mice.
Arsenic, you mean? Arsenic?
Yes.
But that's impossible.
I'll do it myself.
But murder's a crime. It's a sin.
Yes, a sin.
And you are prepared to do it? A sweet old woman like you, you're mad.
What else can you do with him? He's going to rob us. He'll tear our home to pieces. He won't give in, I know his sort. Self-righteous, always whining to God.
Do you expect me to agree to this? Or are you just trying to test me?
How could I test you? What are you saying?
Do you really think your master is capable of poisoning anyone?
I do it myself.
Oh, good God, I must be going mad.
You're a clever woman. You can't allow that worm.
Don't you understand? It's murder.
But what will become of the children if it happens? What a disgrace for Tanya. And Pavel, he'll be ruined. They have to live, you know. And what about you?
But it's inconceivable. Now listen, I forbid you even to think about it, you understand? As for the arsenic, you'd better hand it over to me straight away.
You can't do it.
Get out! You're mad! How dare you suspect me of such a thing? Oh, you will ruin everyone with your fantasies. Call in the girl, do you hear?
Here she is.
Here's the girl.
Come here, Ivan. I want a word with you. Keep an eye on that stupid old woman. She's just suggested poisoning the old man. She's got some arsenic, do you understand?
God, it gets worse every minute.
Take her out of here.
Come along, Zakharovna.
Sit down, girl.
I don't mind standing.
Please, sit down. Now listen to me. You're a guardian.
My brother in God, you mean?
He means to ruin the owner of this house. Do you know that?
Yes, of course I do.
Do you also want to?
Why should I care? He's a stranger.
Don't you feel sorry for him?
People don't feel sorry for their own family. Never mind strangers.
Are you a woman?
I'm a girl. What of it?
Well, you're young. You have a long time to live.
If God grants it.
I want to ask you to persuade the old man not to harm this man.
He never changes his mind.
What good is it to you to destroy someone's life? Have you the right to judge other people? Have we the right to judge?
Why not? I was judged and convicted.
Really? What for?
The baby. I had a baby in a cowshed. It was winter at the time and the frost killed him. They said I suffocated him myself, and so they sent me to prison. You better tell me quickly what you want. The old man doesn't like it when I leave him.
I've told you all I want. I beg you to help me to persuade the old man not to do anything wicked here. I'll give you as much money as you like.
Me?
Yes, you.
He'll take it from me.
Well, leave him then.
Where could I go? He'd find me. He never gives up. But if you're going to give me money, we'll have to think of a way round.
You're a woman.
I'm a girl.
You should feel sorry for Mastakov. Be kind to him.
Ah, lady, kindness costs too much for the likes of us. I was kind once, and I've been cursing myself for 9 years ever since. Fool that I was.
We are all unfortunate creatures.
No, not all. How do you mean, all? Of course, if your secret is in my hands, you won't do me any harm. Although, you could poison his food.
Whose food?
Anyone's. You can get a long way with money, though I might leave him, and he could live on his share.
Does he treat you badly?
Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
Are you close to him?
I'm like a dog to him. A dog that follows someone along the street. When they need it, they stroke it. When they're tired of it, they beat it. Everyone's kind if they have to be. But underneath, they're beasts. Is the master here kind to you?
He is a good man.
They're all good when they want something. Well, I'd better be going.
So, you'll help me?
I suppose I'll have to.
I knew you had a kind heart.
Well, I'm a woman. I have a woman's heart. I'll go now and have a talk with that old woman.
Be careful with her. She's not quite in her right mind.
All old people are like that. But she's not a bad old woman. There's just one thing I'd like to ask you for.
Oh, anything you like. What do you want?
Have you got any old dresses or cast-offs? Oh, and boots if you have any. A dress would be best of all. Like the one you've got on.
Well,
it's really smart.
But you... Well, this is too... All right, I'll find you a dress. Lots of dresses. And some shoes.
That's it. I'd be so grateful. Oh, why is she here?
Is that his daughter?
Yes.
And the one with the curly hair is his son?
What does she want?
Oh, please be quiet, Tanya.
So a son and a daughter. It's not easy for you, lady. I can see you're too soft-hearted to see where your own good lies.
What was that? What did she say? Was she telling your fortune?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. What's the matter with you? You look nervous.
I don't know. I'm afraid Zakharovna's muttering about an accident.
Accident? What accident?
Oh, I don't know. She's always teasing me, trying to frighten me. It's impossible to live here. Pavel has fallen in love with you.
Don't talk nonsense.
It's true. That's why he's in such a foul temper. People in love always are. He kisses your gloves. You should box his ears.
Oh, heavens, what a mess.
I don't understand anything. What a terrible day it's been today. It's extraordinary. I went to a good school and I don't understand anything. Yet Zakharovna's illiterate and understands everything. What accident is she talking about?
She's a stupid old woman, and I'm going to tell her that now.
No, don't go away. I want to ask you something. She's gone. What an ill-mannered way to behave. You galloped to me on his big white steed. Tap of his sword on my window I'll heed.
Where's Father?
I don't know. Oh, Pavel, why is everything in such a turmoil today?
Is upsetting your daydreams? You're not really living, you know. You spend your time in a dream.
Oh, and what do you mean by living? Kissing a woman's gloves?
And who does that?
You do.
Stupid girl.
How dare you call me that?
What you need is a good hiding.
Get out!
Get out yourself and go to hell.
Go, you filthy beast!
Cry, baby. Cry, baby. Oh.
Pavel, what are you doing here?
Nothing, Father. The old man just now outside. I heard him talking about you most terrible things. Excuse me, Father.
Pavel. He knows. He knows. Well, what if he does?
Well, go on with your story, Zakharovna.
Eh?
You were telling me about your 3 lovers.
I was miles away then. I can't think why. Well, as I was saying, I had 3 lovers, and I loved my husband as well. Oh, I loved him very much. If I had been unfaithful to him, I'd feel terribly sorry for him. Oh, it was awful. I used to cry, and I'd think to myself, my own darling, you trust me, you love me, and I've been unfaithful to you. I've been with another man. And then I'd love him all over again.
Are you sure that's right?
Just you wait. You'll find out for yourself.
Does everyone do that?
The ones like me who've got a bit of life in them do.
Who was your first lover then?
A land surveyor. His skin was as smooth as a mouse. My 2 brothers were strict with me, though, and after he'd taken my innocence when I was just a girl, they took him fishing and drowned him.
The way you say it doesn't sound so terrible.
What?
What you say is terrible, yet you make it sound quite natural.
It's love I'm talking about. That's not terrible.
Didn't you feel sorry for him?
Who do you mean?
The land surveyor.
Oh, I sobbed my heart out. I was still young and tender-hearted then. Oh, being a woman's a pitiful job. We're doomed to love men, and so, well, we love them. Sometimes it's more like torture than love, but there's nothing we can do about it. You feel sorry for one, you're frightened of another, the third one's a lovely fellow, and yet you love them all.
Are you rambling on about that again, you old witch?
What?
You should be ashamed of yourself, Tanya. I'm warning you, that's all.
What a fright he gave me. Oh, he lurks everywhere I go like some evil spirit. Rambling on again, indeed. And what else should I talk about? I've had no schooling. I don't know anything apart from my own life.
He says horrible things about me in front of everyone. And he has a mistress in town.
Men are a shameless lot, and then they blame us for it.
Oh, I thought you were asleep.
Can you tell fortunes, Marina?
I'm not a gypsy, you know.
How come you were telling Sofia Markovna's fortune just now, then?
I did nothing of the kind.
They were just having a chat.
That's not true. Sofia Markovna told me herself. You're hiding something from me.
That's enough now. You're too clever to be kept in the dark about anything. Oh, you guess everything yourself anyway.
What are you all talking about?
Women's talk. This and that. Mostly that.
You're too old for jokes like that.
I've always liked a joke since I was a girl.
Who do you think you are, talking to her like that?
You stop your evil chatter, Zakharovna, teaching this simple girl your sly ways.
What good is slyness to her? She's not a gypsy. She's not going to sell horses.
Why do you order everyone about like this?
Why don't you tell us a story, old man?
I don't feel like it.
Tell us the truth, then.
You can't fool about with the truth.
Horrible old man. You think he owned the place?
Tanya, my dear, why don't you go to bed now? It's time you did.
I don't want to.
Go and fetch my shawl, then. I'm cold. Go on, Tanya, please.
Oh, very well, you old vixen.
Well, what do you think?
You've promised me a fearful lot.
Who'd know it was us? Not a soul will ever know apart from myself.
What about the lady? She begged me not to.
Begged you? Rubbish.
It's true.
Now, listen to me. Your whole happiness depends on it. You just listen to an old woman.
Don't listen to her. Listen to someone younger.
Young people should listen to their elders.
Come into the orchard with me.
I'm afraid of you.
Why? Am I more frightening than the others?
Your hair's so curly.
Let's go, shall we?
All right, then.
And there's nothing you can do to stop them.
Who's she with?
The master's son.
Oh, that rogue. Why aren't you asleep?
What about you? Good night.
Anton.
What, Gusev?
What's going to happen?
I've smashed your life to pieces, haven't I? You've spent years building this nest of stone, and I've destroyed it all in one day. Who's the stronger now? The rich man or the homeless tramp?
There are about 3,000 men earning their living from me.
Oh, they'd manage without you. They'll find a new master soon enough.
I'm an important person.
To men you are. But are you important to God?
That's for God to decide, not you.
Nor you either.
What do you want?
Let me think for a while. Then I'll tell you.
Hello there.
Oh, here comes your friend the drunkard.
Yvonne. I lay down in the sun for 40 winks and I suddenly heard voices. I opened my eyes, looked at my watch. Midnight already, so I'll have to spend the night here. Yeah. Hey, Yvonne. Gone. That's polite of him. Well, how are you, old man? Praising God, stealing chickens?
God doesn't need our praise. He needs repentance.
Repentance, huh? And what if I've got nothing to repent about?
Then you're lying.
Don't speak to me like that. I'm polite to you.
Let me pass.
Hey, steady, mind where you're
Let me
going.
pass.
Hey, just a minute. What do you think of shoving like that? Yeah, you scoundrel. Yeah. Oh, Pavel. Yeah, Pavel. How did that cheeky old goat get into the house,
He's known my stepfather for a long time.
Well, what of it? I've known him for a long time as well.
Since he was young.
Well, so what?
They were friends.
Huh? Oh. Did he say that?
This girl has just told me.
Huh?
Yes.
Anyway, why aren't they all asleep?
Oh, Yakov's asleep.
Where?
In my room.
What I'd give for a drink of glass or tea.
Well, the samovar's boiling in the dining room.
Midnight? Oh, come on then. Let's go and have some tea.
Marina, what were you talking about to that lad Pavel?
He asked me what my name is, how old I am, where I'm from. Listen.
Yes?
Don't go through with it.
Don't go through with it? Why not?
Ask for a bit more money and leave it at that. Otherwise they'll get us all mixed up.
Do you feel sorry for them or something?
Yes, I do. They're humble people. They live well. They have everything. 3 cows, horses, 50 hens or so, geese, pigs too.
You little fool.
Oh, listen.
What?
You have power over them. Why don't you tell the master's son to marry me? I would live with him and you could live with us. I won't treat you badly.
You fool.
Why do you suddenly start calling me a fool? Make sure you're not a fool yourself. They could drop a powder in your drink and you die.
Are they going to?
I just meant they could do it. I don't know what they want, but it's easy enough to get rid of someone, isn't it?
That's their only defense now. There isn't a weapon they can use, not a single one. They're chained down, link by link. Sin does pay, doesn't it?
I wish you'd give it all up and take 1,000 rubles from them. Even 10,000.
Oh, so they want to get rid of me, do they?
Did I say that? I said nothing of the kind.
It's all that Sofia Markovna's little plan. Poisonous woman. You'd better watch out. Don't forget what they said. And if they so much as wink at each
But
other...
they'll get us mixed up in it. There are a lot of them. That old woman's not stupid either. She's clever.
Be quiet. There's someone coming. Come over here. Out of sight.
Well, he's not here either, Zakharovna. Where's he gone, the rogue?
He'll manage. God help him.
Yeah, who'll manage?
The old man.
The old man? Who wants him to manage? I, for one, I couldn't give a damn about him.
What do you mean? He's a wicked old man.
Wicked? What's got into you, Zakharovna?
I don't know.
Now, don't fib.
Don't be unkind to me. I'm just a silly old woman.
No, tell me. Ivan! Where are you and Sofia Markovna off to at this time of night?
I'm going home and Ivan is seeing me off.
I'm just going as far as the carriage. I won't run away.
Ivan.
What?
Come on. Goodbye, Yakin.
Just a minute, Sofia Markovna. You know I owe a lot to Ivan, and I'm grateful to him. Look here, what's happening? Something tells me that...
Something has happened.
Good heavens. You can tell him afterwards.
After what? When I was young, I had...
an accident.
When I was young, I was convicted and exiled to Siberia. And I ran away.
You? You must be joking.
My real name is Gusev. Dmitri Gusev.
I can't believe it.
That old man knew me at the time.
I see. The old devil. Hey, is he asking for much?
Nothing at all. He wants to denounce me.
Denounce you? Oh,
Yakin, I must ask you not to say anything about this.
I'm not stupid, you know.
You don't want to quarrel with me, do you?
Oh, Sofia Markovna, well, what a revelation.
Can you forgive me, Yakin? Tell me.
Well,
You believe I'm innocent?
If it was up to me to forgive you, I don't know anything. I don't understand anything. Anyway, it's not for me to decide. It's up to public opinion. The papers, you know. If they pardon one man, then all the others will start howling. What about us? That's the problem.
That'll do, Yakin. Let's go.
I'm coming.
Don't be angry with me, Sofia Markovna. Do you think it depends on me? I just want to think it over. You know? See, everyone would start yelling, pardon us too. Then you get a ridiculous situation. Will you take me into town with you?
Oh, don't you want to stay the night here?
Huh? Well, yeah, I may as well. Why not? Where's my nephew? Yakov?
Why did you tell him? Why? I told you not
I wanted to be sure in my own mind. You saw that, didn't you? My own friend. And how shocked he was. And I hadn't even told him about the hard labour.
He's a stupid man. But he can't do you any harm.
You mean because you have his credit notes? If he wants to harm me, he will. An old friend can be your worst enemy.
That's enough. You come to town tomorrow morning, and then we'll write out an application to the public prosecutor.
What's he got to do with it? I feel guilty towards you because of the disgrace of it.
You must remember I love you, and I shall defend you. I have the connections and money, but most important of all, my heart is with you. I refuse to allow you to be tormented by this old man. He thinks he's avenging his own suffering. I hate suffering. It doesn't ennoble people. It degrades them. Oh, my dear, keep calm and believe in me. I won't let them get you, do you hear?
It turns out that I've been deceiving you. The very person dearest to me.
That's enough. You should have more faith in people.
I know people better than you do.
They're kinder than you think.
A man's unhappiness is his only yardstick in life. He's deaf to anyone else's trouble. Everyone thrives on feuds. Everyone's looking for a scapegoat for the wrong done to them. No. I'm done for. I can say quite calmly that I am done for.
Give me your hand. For good luck, darling. We'll win.
Sophia Markovna, kiss me for Christ's sake.
What rubbish. What's Christ got to do with it?
Oh, God. How I would love you. How happy we would be together.
Oh, I must go now. Don't lose heart, my love. I'll see you tomorrow. Now remember, don't let Zakharovna out of your sight, will you? She's very unpredictable. See me to the carriage, will you? My darling, I know how hard it is for you, but you must learn to stand up for yourself. Remember, it's going to end happily. I know it. I can make it all possible, I swear to you. You do love me, don't you?
My darling.
The old man's worn out with his own malice. He's only capable of suffering, nothing else. Suffering is his profession, his métier. There are so many people like that, people who love suffering, because it gives them the right to revenge, the right to ruin other people's lives. There's nobody more selfish than an unhappy person.
I'm not so sure. I'm unhappy, but I'm not selfish, am I? It's not my nature. But let's not talk about it anymore. Goodbye. You were such a joy to me.
What do you mean I was? Why was?
You heard that? Does it mean Pavel's the master now, Uncle Joachim?
Yes. Now go and look for a horse, Yakov. We must go at once.
Perhaps I'd better see Pavel about Tanya.
You think so? Well, have a try. Now that there's bound to be a scandal, you might get a much better dowry. You follow me? Yeah. On second thoughts, there's not much chance of that. What if I get involved in it? Well, what are you standing around like that for? Go and fetch a horse.
Yes, Uncle.
Kaiser, off. Has Sophia Markovna gone?
Listen, Pavel. I know that a stepson shouldn't be at odds with his stepfather, but still, if it's a question of money, well, family relations and friendship just don't count. I suppose you'll realize that all's not well at home, don't you?
Well, what of it?
You'll sense it yourself.
What are you getting at?
About the old man, for example.
What about him?
Just this. See, I watched you grow up and all that, so I do have some feelings for you. I'm interested in your future.
That's news to me.
Well, one has to start somewhere. I'm something like 25 years older than you. I can teach you a thing or two.
What, for instance?
Now, steady. Don't you make fun of me. I could tell you something to make your legs give way under you.
What, about my stepfather?
Listen, we're all of a kind, and so we ought to stick together for support, oughtn't we?
Yes.
Wait, Tanya's coming. She mustn't know anything of this. Let's go into the orchard and have a talk. Good night, Tanya.
Good night.
Yeah, I'm late. Overslept. I've got things to do in town early in the morning.
Good night, Tanya.
Where are you off to? It's bedtime.
Can't you see everybody's up? Oh, tell me what's happening in the house, Zakharovna.
Nothing's happening.
That's not true.
It's not dark tonight. That's why no one's asleep.
That's not the truth.
What do you mean, not the truth? You can see for yourself no one's asleep. You're not asleep either.
Are you trying to be clever or something? What was that? Did you hear it? I felt something.
What did you feel? Well, it's only Stepanich frightening off burglars.
Burglars? Why is Pavel so pleased? It's a bad sign if Pavel's in a good mood, I know that.
Who's that shooting?
The night watchman.
You're not allowed to fire shots.
We are. We live outside the town limits.
Anyway, it's none of your business who's shooting.
You don't know what my business is, my girl. But if you ever found out, you'd soon stop laughing.
There are all sorts of tramps and thieves spending the night in a building site. He fires shots to warn them.
Hey, come quickly. Masterkov shot himself.
You see? I told you!
Stop!
Zakharovna, get some water and towels.
Marina, where are you? Marina!
Quickly, Zakharovna. Stepanich, go into town and fetch a doctor.
It was Masterkov then, was it?
Yes.
How did you do it?
It was an accident. He took my rifle. He asked me why I don't clean the thing. It's all rusty, he said. And he walked away with it, and the thing went off. Straight into his mouth.
Into his mouth? Oh, no.
He shot the whole of his head off, only his neck was left. God's truth. Harness the horses. What's the use of getting a doctor?
Pavel, let's go. Where's Yakov?
I'm frightened. Come on, Stepanich. Why bother? Where are you going? The master's gone, and he was such a fine man. You'll catch it for the rifle. Oh, what of it? I don't care.
Cunning devil. This was the only way he could get his own back on me.
Told you.
Help me on with my knapsack. He'll go to hell now for sure.
What's going to happen to us now?
We gotta get away, or they'll beat us to death. We must go into town. They won't find us there. Come on, hurry up. Have you got everything?
What's there to take? I told you we'd get ourselves into trouble.
Be quiet. You got scared, the coward.
It all went wrong. You tormented him too much. You know that.
The Lord knows best about that. Ah, you sinner, Gusev. The Lord has punished you, hasn't he? The good Lord has scattered the unrighteous and made them eat the dust. By my hand he has cast you into Gehenna, like so much awful.
You should settle your own affairs before you start on God's.
Marina.
I see what you are now, you hypocrite. You deceived me with your fine words about sailing away with money in our pockets. We've got nothing. Nothing.
Shut up.
What are you shouting for? I'm not afraid of you. You can't stop me now. I'm a fool. I should listen to decent people. What a fool I was!
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Freddie Jones played the part of Ivan Masterkov, Maxine Audley, Sofia Markovna, and Alan Webb, the Old Man, in Maxim Gorky's play, The Old Man, translated from the Russian by Michael Glenny.